So those are the sickle sections down there, and the guards, they're what do the work. They go back and forth, and they cut all the grass and hay off. And then you'll notice that at the back of the haybine, there's a couple sets of rollers with a chevron pattern on them. And what they do is they take all the grass and alfalfa after it's cut, and it kinks it so that it breaks the stem in a bunch of different places. And that allows the juice and moisture to evaporate out of the stem quicker. If you just simply cut it without crimping it, it would take a couple of weeks to cure up, but when you crimp it, it'll cure up in a couple of days. This is a sickle section here and a guard, and basically, this is pretty sharp, but they just go back and forth like this, a whole long row. This is 12 feet, and that's what does the cutting action. And you try not to hit too many rocks because these things break and they get more expensive every year. But you hit a few, and when you start plugging up, you got to replace these and keep going. So that's crested wheat. And here's an alfalfa, and here's an example of it. See, that's been kinked here. It's been kinked here. It's been kinked a little bit there. And that's kind of what we want to see, is just a little bit crushed and kinked like that, and that just lets the juice out of the stem. And if that doesn't happen, it just you don't want to condition it so hard that it knocks the leaves off. You just want to kink everything.
Kinky.
Yeah. This has got hair on it. There's a lot of meadow brome. We seeded meadow brome and smooth brome. If you see the hair on that, that's meadow brome. Smooth brome doesn't have hair on it. The meadow brome will regrow. A lot of the stuff that's still green out here you see is meadow brome. And it's so hot and wet, it'll grow back, and there'll be, oh, this much of it. Probably won't get enough to do another cut of hay, but certainly enough to put some cows on. It doesn't yield as good as the smooth brome does, but we get some regrowth and pasture off it. So this is what the brome heads look like. They've got
Clover is one of those nitrogen fixers like the alfalfa. Does it dry up as quickly as the alfalfa does?
No, the clover we have, it's kind of wild. It's we can go look at some here in a bit. It doesn't cure up as nice as the alfalfa does. It kind of stays in big lumps. It's good food value, but it's
got a mosquito.
It's good food value, but it doesn't make hay as good as alfalfa because it likes to clump up and stay wet, and it doesn't cut as nice. It's pretty low to the ground.
What's the other thing that does that? The not fescue, the milk vetch. Oxley milk vetch does not like to dry very well.
They grow in the same areas.
Cows like to eat that though.
Cows like to eat it. This is kind of going a little bit back to just what grows here if we don't do anything. We've got some clover and some dandelion and some grass. Not super good hay because it's so short and so thick it doesn't cure up very fast, but really good feeding for cows.
So do you think that because it didn't rain for the last 7 years really, that would be probably why some of like dandelions have moved into this area here? And
this is an older stand, and that's part of it. Like this keeps creeping in every year, but this is a low spot anyways. So it's kind of going through some changes. To start with, it was the grass we had seeded, and then a whole bunch of quackgrass came up, and then the quackgrass, it's pretty well gone now, and there isn't a whole lot. This is just one example of all that's left. The rest of it is different species of grass and clover, and there's still some dandelions, but The water table is really close to the surface here. In fact, when we seeded it, the year we seeded it, we had a floater truck stuck just on the other side of that, and I'm still having nightmares about that. But yeah, there's a layer of sand down about 3 feet down and kind of a crust on top, and in a wet year, if you fall through, it's just like falling through the ice. So that's what's in this corner.
Cool.
Yeah, there's dandelions and clover and whatever that other grass is in there, I don't know. But it still makes good feed. It'll roll up and the cows love this stuff. That's what we want to see. Nice and dry. It's a little tougher.
The reason why we make sure the moisture is down on the bale is because they could literally start on fire, right? They like compost if they're too wet.
Well, if you've ever mowed the grass and you leave your bag of grass clippings laying around outside, that's what a bale would be like if it was too wet, only it's bigger. It's all steamy.